veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway here on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
And just think, we thought we had seen the final chapter of Tom Brady's historic career when he retired during the offseason, but there's a voice inside of him that said, you've got unfinished business. And he certainly did. Here he is now in his 11th Super Bowl appearance. And if this is going to be it for him, the Super Bowl is the only place a career like his should end.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3 or 4 yard gain on first down. They move the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted. Many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack with some big-time runs, too.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Brady throwing complete here to Fournette. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. This one taken in by Otten. And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now Brady. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. Now Brady. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Succop's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
Well, we all know this past offseason that Aaron Rodgers had options, and there's a possibility he might leave Green Bay. But he chose to return to the only franchise he's known, and for the 2nd time has them playing in the Super Bowl.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with the grab. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when, as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, off into great success.
A good pickup there, 22. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On play action, Rodgers out to his left. That one caught downfield by Watson. On the move past the 40. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mercedes Lewis, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Finding Otten once more. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Miller. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Succop's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Final shot before half for Rodgers. And able to find out on Lazard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have the nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play. They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Well, that was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. And room there to work it inside the 25. 43 yards on the ground for him so far. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Well, the Jets sweep. This is Godwin. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Devontae Wyatt, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a play fake. Rodgers steps away. He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 2nd and 4. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. They do tack on the extra point as well. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Then into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for six. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Brady now on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Brady again. His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Now Brady got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Rodgers looking to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions.